Okay, another thing that I'd like to mention regarding the visualization of results is when you want to look at specific areas on your geometry. So if that's what you're looking into um, before you perform your simulation, before you submit the job, you may want to create some sets. So that's what I'm going to show you in this tutorial. For this, since we only have one part, um, we can show specific parts on the geometry and then show only those parts and then create a set based off of those parts of your main geometry. So let me start off by defining sets for flanges. So let me go to the maybe the isometric view is fine for now. If you expand part and if you expand your pressure vessel geometry, you can create sets in your design tree. So right click on sets, hit create. You can you can name the set anything you want. I'd like to name it left flange and hit continue. Now I have to select all parts of this flange. So let's do this. So you have to rotate your geometry so that you can easily select the flange and its attachment to the pressure vessel, to the main shell. So looks like I selected all the required parts. Now all I have to do is hit done. Now I have a set called left flange. Now let's do the same for the right flange. So right click on sets, hit create. Let's call it right flange and let's select this area and hit done. Now you have a separate set for this left flange, for this right flange. Okay, now let's do the same for the top flange. Okay, so again, right click, create. Let's call this top flange and select this area and hit done. Now you have another one. Now let's do the same for the supports. Right click, create, left, support, and click this area, hit done. Let's do the same for the right one. Let's call it right support and click here and select it and hit done. Okay, great. Now here's the interesting part. Now I have these sets. I'd like to hide them so that I can only select the main shell of the pressure vessel and create a set for that. So now that I have sets, I can easily hide these sets. So click on any set that you want and click on remove selected. Let's do the same for the other sets that we defined. Okay, now I'm only left with the main shell of the pressure vessel. And let's create another set for that. So create, let's call it main shell or anything that you want. Let's select everywhere on it and hit done. Okay, now let's show everything and let's submit the job. Once the simulation is completed, you can go to results, and in order to show Well, for instance, you want to take the stress levels on a specific part on your geometry, or other variables such as deformation or strain, or other variables. So for that, in the visualization module, you can go to options, you can go to tools, and expand display group, and hit manager. This one will show the display groups that you have created. So let's create one. Now you can see that you have these sets. Now, for instance, the left flange. Click on the left flange, hit replace. Only this part of the geometry is shown. Now you can see that the contour values have changed. If I show everything again, you can see that the contour levels will change also. So let me undo this. Now let me do the same for maybe the left support, or the top flange, maybe for the main shell. Now we can specifically look at this portion of your pressure vessel and analyze it with more details.